obviously disappointed in the way that we came out in the first half, especially after the way that we played the other night, Thursday night. Was hoping that we'd have better sense of urgency and intensity the first 20 minutes. We did not. Got beat pretty much in every facet in the first half. Response was good in the second half. Again, we made runs and we played harder, competed, got to the paint. But we had 13 turnovers in the first half compared to 13 assists and 2 turnovers in the second half. So we've got to be able to figure it out a lot quicker and not play 20 minutes of bad basketball and then have to try to overcome a really tough mountain. So we'll keep working at it. We got good kids. I believe in them, and we'll get it figured out.
For student athletes. Max, is there anything that you can point to that can help diagnose why you've had stretches of 20 minutes of bad basketball, as Coach Taylor said?
I think just our first halves, we haven't come out from the get-go, and then we're just making ourselves compete and come back into the games in these second halves, the past 2 games. So I think moving forward, we need to be ready from the get-go, like Coach Taylor was saying, which will help us compete more in games, just being ready and playing a full 40 minutes.
Max, what did you think was happening with all the turnovers in the first half? It seemed like one after another.
Yeah, I had a bunch. I was just forcing and not looking for driving kicks and not secure with the ball. I think we were way better in the second half. We had, I think it was 13 assists, 2 TOs. But in the first half, that did hurt us a lot. The turnovers, so yeah.
Nick, did you feel like there was anything Northeastern was doing to help create those turnovers, or was it more self-error?
More so self-error. It was us. We knew the game plan, we knew what they were going to do, but we just didn't execute our game plan in the beginning, and we just got out to a bad start.
Nick, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself and about this team? This is your first go-around through CAA play. What do you feel like you've learned about what the CAA is and how you've adjusted to it?
You have to bring it every day, go hard, crash rebounds. Rebounds is big. Just playing with intensity, and it's no off nights. You have to bring your best in your A game every night.
Max, was there a sense that this was like deja vu in a way, or here it is again, because the scores were almost similar tonight as they were Thursday at times in that first half? Did it seem like, oh no, you're in this bad spot again?
I think we realized that going in at halftime, we're at the same spot we were the past 3 games. But yeah, that was noticeable. But again, we just got to come back at it next week and get Campbell and Hampton these next 2 road games.
Any more questions for student athletes? Max, 16 points in the second half for you this evening. What do you feel like? Were you able to get to your spots a little bit better? And how do you feel like you can continue to make a bigger impact for this team moving forward?
I think in the second half, I was shooting more like catch and shoot stuff. I think moving the ball, and we all got to move the ball, including me. It'll come back to each other, and we get a sense of more connectivity, around the group, and I think just being more connected as a team and will help. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Doherty's a player who's had a lot of success over there. How'd you feel about the way he was kind of able to affect this game, not only by scoring in the paint, but also facilitating?
Yeah, no, he impacted the game really on 3 different levels: his scoring, his paint production, which he scored well against us last year, his rebounding, obviously getting 10 boards, 5 offensive, and then his passing and playmaking. He played like a veteran big. He was physical, he was smart, and he gave us a lot of problems in those 3 stages.
Are you surprised that obviously you probably thought you'd fix some things here in the last couple of days, and then you're almost back in the same situation? Was that kind of disheartening a little bit, or?
Definitely disappointing, because I think we have really good kids in the locker room that want to do well, and they've seen success. So it's not like year one where it's like, hey, they haven't won any games. Like, they've actually won games, and they've been in some pretty advantageous positions during games. So right now we're struggling. We kind of hit that point of the season where we're in a tough stretch. Usually it doesn't happen at home. Now again, we have to keep perspective, because some of it was Charleston and Drexel, like a couple of the top teams in the league. But We just have to play better. We have to play better basketball for a longer period of time. And I thought we would do that tonight. But Northeastern was hungrier and was more desperate than us the first 20 minutes. And it just showed. It showed. And then we got hungry at halftime again, but like you just can't dig yourself a 20-point hole.
Do you view the upcoming kind of shorter road trip as an opportunity to kind of reset a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
How will you, if so, how will you do that?
Yeah, no, we'll talk as a coaching staff and we'll kind of figure out. But sometimes you need to get away as a team and just kind of just be together as a group and kind of talk and figure some things out. Because again, we have enough talent, we have scoring, but again, we got to get connected again on both sides. I kind of keep saying it, like defensively, we're not connected. Now we were gambling a little bit, so we opened up some things in the second half, but we've got to certainly play better defense. We've got to pursue the ball and rebounding. We have a lot of small lineups out there, so we've got to get tougher in terms of coming up with loose balls, loose change, so that we can hopefully make some long-term growth.
How did you feel about the energy and effort on the boards tonight? I mean, especially early, it seemed like they were having a lot of success.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talked about it was a big point for us. We said, at the end of this game, we thought one of our guards would be our leading rebounders because again, the way they attack the glass, they bring, they got big wings, physical wings. So we thought our guards were really going to have to rebound and come up with loose balls. And we really didn't do that. Sam had 1 rebound at halftime. He finishes with 5, and that's the top for us. We missed 25 shots, and we got 4 of them back, offensive rebounds. So, we didn't have that pursuit of the basketball like we wanted to see. And again, that was disappointing because again, I thought we would come out and rebound better.
Yeah, you mentioned Sam having 1 board at half. That's 2 games in a row. What do you need to see from him going on this road trip?
Yeah, I mean, Sam is someone that can score on the block again, like Doherty, right? Doherty scored on the block. He rebounded the basketball, and then he made plays when the double teams came. So, we need the same thing from Sam. Sam's a junior. He's an experienced player. We throw him the ball, so we need him to produce and be able to be effective for us. And then, obviously get him the rest, and guys come in, Kendall and Dre, and give us quality minutes when they come in the game.
Where do you feel like Max is at in his progression? Last year, CAA Rookie of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like he was able to kind of change games through rebounding and
Mm-hmm.
passing. It feels like maybe that passing element of his game hasn't quite been there in the same way this year. Just how do you feel like he's struggling this year?
Again, I think it's a little different. Obviously last year playing with Sean Halloran at the point. Now you're playing with Robbie, so you're kind of getting a feel for a different lineup. TK is another guy that can touch the paint. LA was really effective today for us. Shooting the ball and getting to the rim. But for Max, he expanded his game. He's expanded his range. He's obviously way more confident as a shooter than he was last year. But again, some of the careless turnovers that we had, to have the amount of guards on the floor and have 13 turnovers in the first half is just inexcusable for us. So again, they were lazy, kind of careless turnovers, and we just have to be better.
Hey, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.